Over here at the Ad Strategist, we've been doing a lot of in-depth research with our audience, aka getting into manual one-to-one conversations and asking people hashtag all the things, right? Like the biggest thing that we're seeing happening industry-wide is that Facebook ad costs, the CPMs, which means the cost to deliver 1,000 ad impressions, are rising like gangbusters. Ooh. They are 3 times what they used to be in 2016. Wow. So if you were paying $1 for leads in 2016, you are likely paying $3, if not more, if not $5, $8 for leads. So we're seeing this drastic increase in the cost to advertise. But then on the flip side, we're seeing a lot of expert information out there that's teaching people how to build sales funnels without really, truly, intimately knowing their customer.
Hello and welcome to the Right Podcast. I'm your host, Julia McCoy. Join me as I interview experts in the field and discuss hot content, copywriting, and marketing topics. Let's get into today's episode. Welcome to episode 41 of the Right Podcast. Today I have Amanda Bond with me. She's known as the Slayer of Facebook ad BS. I first heard her in a HubSpot video course, and her practical advice had me completely hooked. Amanda is a straight-shooting Facebook ad strategist and consultant who moonlights as a HubSpot Academy instructor and a Facebook correspondent for the Social Media Examiner news show. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so amped up to jam with your audience today.
Awesome. Well, I am so excited you said yes to doing this because I love how you approach Facebook ads, which can be really tricky. And I think you give really practical advice. Like, don't do this. It doesn't work.
I feel like I say that a lot. I tell people, stop spending money. Like, don't give Facebook your money. You're probably not ready. More than I say, like, go, scale up.
Well, it is so easy to waste money on Facebook ads. I know I've done it.
I mean, let's do like a pretend anyone who's listening, raise your hand if you've tried Facebook ads and not got results from it. And everyone's hand goes up. So you're definitely not alone. It's so easy to make missteps with Facebook ads because a lot of the like education out there is telling you to do the wrong thing.
Oh, that's pretty crazy. I mean, that's true in content marketing too. Like there's so much advice that's not very good for your bottom line, I should say. Like good advice, if you use it, you will get followers, but your bottom line will not increase.
Right. And we're business owners here. We're not hobbyists. Exactly. So, it's one thing to grow an audience for a hobby, but we're here to we're here as business owners. So revenue is important and profit is even more important after that.
Yes. So true. Well, I spotted one line in your LinkedIn bio that I really liked. You wrote that you just happened to spend a couple $100,000 on ads in your free time.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what most people do?
Oh, that was great. So for today's topic, I'm so excited we have you here. I wanted to cover Facebook ads from a beginner's standpoint. So thinking about the people who are listening, we have writers, bloggers, freelancers, and a lot of you guys are probably just getting started with Facebook ads. And that might be new territory. So first of all, Amanda, what are some things to know about building a Facebook ads strategy that gets results? Just some ground level. What do we do first?
Oh, this is a good question. And so let me just back up a little tiny bit and let you know that me as owner of the ad strategist, I've been running ads for years now. But, you jokingly said in your LinkedIn bio, you occasionally spend a few $100,000 in your free time on Facebook ads. I didn't start there. So everything that I've learned and that I'm going to be sharing with you today has been through the process of like being in the trenches and figuring it out along the way for years. But I was the person that started boosting posts for $1 a day, right?
Oh.
Like I started there. I hit the boost button, even though I don't recommend it anymore. And back in the day when I was running Facebook ads for clients, my very first client, get this, they paid me $67 a week to run their Facebook page, which included $1 a day in ad spend. But that $1 a day was just me like looking at their posts that I thought were engaging, hitting the boost button, putting $1 a day behind it, and then wondering like, why wasn't this leading to more revenue in the business? Like, I would go back to the client and say, oh my gosh, our engagement's up, our impressions are up. And the business owner would look at me and be like, cool, but how does that, affect our bottom line? So being through that process over years of going from not having a clue what my Facebook advertising strategy was to being behind the scenes of multi-million-dollar launches, we've figured it out and cracked the code, so to say. And the first thing is, like, the foundational thing that I always want people to know is you're maybe not ready to run Facebook ads yet. And that's okay, right? There's so much information out there being like, go ads, they're the magic bullet. Like, they'll boost your traffic, they'll get you sales. But it's like, whoa, if we don't have a sales process in place, like if we don't know how to turn attention into customers, ads are going to only amplify what's broken in the business. So the first, most foundational thing we have to ask is, do we know how to turn people into customers? If you say yes, okay, let's move on to, what we could do next. But if you say no, it's like, pump the brakes. We got to figure that out first.
That's great. I love that you recommend starting there. I think that's a good place.
It's so counterintuitive, though, to what's being taught. Like, everyone's talking about lead generation to cold traffic, right? Like, set up a funnel, have a tripwire, put like email subscribers into your list.
Right.
Cool. But do you know how to turn those people into customers? If you don't, my recommendation is you slow down and you really focus on your sales process. And I know the service providers out there listening, the social media managers, the copywriters, the Facebook ads managers who want to use ads to grow their client list. Another like real talk moment is, can we even as service providers take on another client without us having to do all the work? And if the answer is no, we're still the only one implementing or fulfilling our client side, okay, well, maybe I don't need to use Facebook ads yet. Maybe I just really need to get into the systems and processes in my own business so that I can bring on more clients with ease, so that when clients do come, you're not panicked, sinking underwater and being like, oh my God, the Facebook ads sort of work and now I can't service my clients to the way that I want to.
That is great. That's solid advice. And that could take a while getting your process down first. Like for me, that was, I would say 4 years in my business before I actually knew what I was doing.
Same. Like, you're not alone if it's taken you years. I mean, there's so much promise of overnight success with everything.
So true.
I swear to God, like, ads are touted as that magic bullet in so many places. And it's like, no, we have to slow down and we have to build strong foundations to be in this for the long haul, right? Because I mean, I know it when I was running ads as a freelancer before we started bringing on ads managers and tried to go the agency route first. If I had another client, like, my business would have broke because I would have broke because I was doing every single task at that time. And oh man, that was a challenging part of my life, but you have to like keep going through it and figure out those processes, because as soon as you have them, as soon as you have the foundations and you fix what's broken in your sales funnel, like your sales process, then it's game on for Facebook ads.
I love that. Yeah, that's so easy to approach that burnout point as a business owner, entrepreneur, and not even realize how close you are to it. And just one more client can break you.
Yeah.
It's so relatable.
If there's anyone who's at that part of their business, there's a book that I highly recommend that changed the game for me. And it was the book that was the catalyst from me moving from a generalist social media manager to doubling down on Facebook ads, where the Ad Strategist brand was born. And the book is called The Pumpkin Plan by Mike Michalowicz. Have you heard of that one?
Wow, I have not. I like the name.
It's such a goodie. It's all about like treating your business or treating your clients and your business as if you're growing a prize-winning pumpkin. And it's the analogy of how to grow those like mammoth pumpkins. Wow. And everything you have to do to grow those is very similar to how you have to grow your clients. And that's all I'll tell you. You guys will have to grab the book and,
oh my gosh, me first. That sounds amazing. I remember when I was at that point in, I would say the third year, and I had a business coach I was thinking of working with, and she just straight up told me the truth. She's like, you can't keep doing this. It's kind of stupid that you're doing all of this yourself. And it was so hard for me to face the fact that I had to delegate because I like being hands-on. And I thought, oh no, my work's going to suffer if I hand this to someone else. But no, it actually gets better if you hand it off. And I have found that to be true.
Well, because how many times do we try and be the best at everything that we do in our business when being the best in our mind is going to take us a lot more time and effort than actually allowing somebody who is the best at that thing take over?
That's such a great explanation. Can I copy that and use that on my website?
Please. Yeah. Plaster it everywhere. People need to hear that. And it's
right?
Like, outsourcing to get to the point where Facebook ads will make sense in your business, it doesn't always have to be outsourcing to other people. It's like, what activities are you doing over and over and over again that you're just thinking of, and you thinking of those activities is slowing you down? What if you just made a checklist, right? And then that checklist is like, boom, 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 boom. 5 tasks got done in the time it usually took you to do the first 2 when you were trying to be like, what's next? What's the next thing I do after this? Like, the clearer you can get with those processes, or I say it a Canadian way. Is that how Americans say processes? Processes?
That is processes, I think. Okay. I'm actually not the right person to ask because I usually say things wrong.
And I'm like, there's so many people listening on the podcast and we're just like, oh, we're just saying words wrong. It's like niche and all of those things. So,
that would be me.
Use your own version of it, but it doesn't have to be outsourcing it to people. It's like, how do I take these things that I do over and over again and automate them with tools, with checklists, with things that I can just be like, boom, 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 right? Asana might be the thing that you need to know, okay, when somebody clicks through my ad and purchases something, these are the actions that have to happen. So that means I can take on 3 new clients a month. Okay, if you can take on 3 new clients a month, then you just start to reverse engineer. Okay, based on my sales process, I know that I close 1 out of every 4 clients that I talk to on the phone. Oh, okay. So if I need 3 clients, I need to talk to 4 people 3 times. Okay. So I need to talk to 12 people, have like a discovery call with them. So then when it comes to Facebook ads, you're like, okay, so this month, all I need to do is do 12 total calls. We're going to do 3 calls a week. So my Facebook ads just have to book me that many people, and you don't have to like scale to the moon, right? Like most people want to go from 0 to like 100 quadrillion thousand.
Right.
Yep, that's a big number. But what we need to do is just be like, okay, slowly and steadily, how can we add 1 more client and then 1 more after that and 1 more after that? And the biggest thing for service providers, the biggest advantage that we have over people that are just coming into the game to build digital courses is that we know the happenings, the behind the scenes of things, so that once we go to build something that's more scalable, that doesn't require our one-to-one time, we have crazy insight into how businesses and customers think because of all that time we spent working hand in hand with our clients.
Well, with that, let's move into our next question, which is about the 3 phases of Facebook advertising, which you kind of covered this in the HubSpot course that I was watching on social media. And these 3 phases of Facebook advertising all stack onto each other for more success. So can you walk us through how that works?
Of course. Okay. So right now, I'd say 95% of marketers are just doing one of these 3 phases. So it's leaving a big gap in the marketplace. And so the the way that we break it down, we think of these 3 phases as how to turn attention into revenue. You have to put people through this customer journey to warm them up so that once you actually go to make them an offer, like buy something from you, they're more likely to do it because they already know, like, and trust you. So we break it down like this, and it's 3 phases. We call it strategy. And the first is connect. Super simple. The second, commit. The third is close. So what that means from a Facebook ad standpoint is that connect, commit, close means first we do branding ads. We do audience growth ads. We get our name out there with no call to action. The only goal of that phase is to grow our audiences so that once we do put an offer in front of them, they're way more likely to opt into it and start your sales process than if you just tried to hit cold interest with your webinar lead magnet or your downloadable PDF, right? So connect is all about branding and audience growth. Commit, the middle phase, this one everyone knows because it's lead generation and it's what is being taught in the marketplace. Like this is the starting and ending point in the marketplace for what's being taught. And lead generation just means you're targeting people to opt into your email list to start that sales process. So we, in that commit phase, the phase 2, because we've warmed people up and we've branded them and we've grown our audience, we're actually only targeting those people who have been indoctrinated into the brand. So they've already had touch points. They already know your Facebook profile picture or they know your Instagram because they've engaged with it. So once they see an ad to download your checklist or to join your challenge or to be, to join and watch your webinar or have a discovery call, they're more likely to convert. Like more people are taking action when they see those ads because they already know, like, and trust you from before. So stacking those two on top of each other, we did an ad spend study of like 48 grand where we broke lead generation ads. So getting people onto your email list. We broke those audiences into the website traffic, our existing email list, the people who interacted with us on Facebook and Instagram, and then the people who watched our videos on our Facebook page and our Instagram business profile. So those were the 6 warm audiences that we had branded before and grown. And we compared that to cold audiences. So doing like interest targeting Amy Porterfield, right? Like interest targeting smart passive income with Pat Flynn. We compared those, and to get people who are already in your warm audiences to opt into something is 50 to 100% cheaper than going out to cold audiences.
Wow.
So that's why we like to stack it, because you can get video views for pennies. You can get engagement for pennies. Now that's a new person that has had a brand interaction with you. You're starting to get them into your community so that once you do put that download, once you do ask for that email address, they're more likely to take you up on it. So that's phase 2. And then phase 3, it's sales retargeting. So essentially people that are already in your sales funnel or in your sales process, they're already on your email list. They're getting emails. Well, we don't want to be those people that ask for your email list, get you to join the webinar, and then you never hear from them again on Facebook or on Instagram, like on the social platform that you connected with them in the first place. Most people, after they have the email, they just like go hang out in email, right? Like they don't talk to you any other place but email. But then what happens is your email open rates have drastically dropped over the years. So once people are giving you their email address, a portion of them aren't even staying with you to see the information or the value that you have to offer in your products or services. So the third phase is all about setting up a sequence that matches what they're learning about in their email on the platform that they already hang out on. And one of the major goals is just to help them overcome the objections that they have to purchasing your product or service and helping them make an educated decision. So sales retargeting in the close phase is just really about helping people make that sales decision.
It's crazy how there's only one part of that strategy that is, the known part when it comes to teaching Facebook ads or what we learn about Facebook ads when we go research this topic. So I think everything you laid out is so critical to seeing success from Facebook ads. Great advice.
Thank you. It's 3 phases. It sounds like a lot of ads, right? Like if you're like, oh my gosh, I got to put together connect ads and then commit ads and then close ads. The beauty is you start slow, right? You get your close ads set up first. Most people want to do it the opposite way. They want to start with the branding and audience growth. But I believe that's backwards, because remember what I said at the start is if we don't know how to turn attention into customers,
right?
Like we're not ready for ads. So we need to set up our close ads that help people become customers to make sure that they work first, right? Like if we're giving the Facebook ATM $1 and they're not spitting us back $2, like I don't want to give my money to that ATM.
Right.
Right? So like we got to figure out, are our ads helping to bring in customers? If the answer is no, stop. Please, for the love of God, stop listening to people say, grow your email list and, do lead generation ads. Like don't, because you're not going to turn them into revenue for your business. So it's just an expense that's going out that's not like recoupable yet. Recoupable? Is that the word? We're making it one.
We are. I love it. Hey, this is called The Right Podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We're just throwing out some different words and saying we're good.
Let's make some words. Well, to wrap this up, how have Facebook ads changed this year as you work with clients? Do you see like ad costs on the rise? Are there any major changes? I know there's been some changes in the audience insights that we've seen, but anything specific to point out?
Yes. And I'm so happy you brought this up, especially because over here at the Ad Strategist, we've been doing a lot of in-depth research with our audience, aka getting into manual one-to-one conversations and asking people hashtag all the things, right? Like the biggest thing that we're seeing happening industry-wide is that Facebook ad costs, the CPMs, which means the cost to deliver 1,000 ad impressions, are rising like gangbusters. They are 3 times what they used to be in 2016.
Wow.
So if you were paying $1 for leads in 2016, you are likely paying $3, if not more, if not $5, $8 for leads. So we're seeing this drastic increase in the cost to advertise. But then on the flip side, we're seeing a lot of expert information out there that's teaching people how to build sales funnels without really, truly, intimately knowing their customer. And so what used to be things that converted at 6%, 8%, 10% of people that opted in, because of all this noise and all this surface levelness, making up another word there, all this surface levelness, our conversion rates into sales have dramatically dropped. So you'll see people saying in this industry, my sales funnel is converting at 1%. So that means every 100 people that opt in, give you their email, 1 person is becoming a customer. So, it used to be 6%. It used to be 8%. So now you're getting 6 to 10% less people taking action, and it costs you 3 to 5% or times more to actually attract leads. So we're in this phase where a lot of people are going to be priced out of the market because they just won't have the funds to compete. There's this subsection of experts that are popping up that are preaching high ticket everything, right? Create a high ticket program, high ticket this, high ticket that, high ticket consulting. And the reason they're doing this is not to serve audiences. It's because it's the only way that they are finding you can compete in the Facebook ad landscape, because they need room for those lead costs to rise if they're going to continue to be successful. So this is the dilemma that's happening industry wide. I do have a solution for everyone. The solution, which we're seeing in our own sales funnel, is value first, service first, give a crap about your audience and intimately know what they need, and then create your products and services as a solution to those needs. Remember when I said that service providers have like this crazy advantage because you're already seeing behind the scenes of all the things? Use that to your advantage. Talk to your audience, see what they need, treat them like humans instead of numbers, and build real customer relationships, not just surface level like numbers relationships. And I tell you, the results will astound you. We've taken, going back to that patience thing, we've taken a year to build out a digital product. This is me, a consultant who still runs ads on the daily, but no longer has a Facebook ads agency. I moved over to the more consulting and education course creation space. But we've taken time. Actually, it's been more than a year. It's a year and a half now that this program has been in development. And through that, we have had so many conversations with our ideal audience to the point where we actually sold the first $20,000 of the program in Messenger.
Oh,
I kid you not.
Amazing.
In Messenger, no sales funnel, no nothing.
Oh, I love it.
I had all these conversations with people, and as I was asking them open-ended questions, because it's not about me, right? Like, it's not about me creating a product that makes me like $1 quadrillion.
Yes.
Of course, that's the byproduct of caring about your audience, but it's about understanding what they need deeply so that you can create it and then speak to them and position yourself as Andre Chaperone. Have you ever heard of him? He calls it the most trusted advisor role.
Wow,
so if we
that's awesome.
That time to go deep, if we have these conversations, which I know for some people it's scary to want to go reach out to your ideal audience, but they're a gold mine of information. So when we first sold the program, we were having these messenger combos, and as people were saying things, I kid you not, I was in Google Docs writing it down. And then the people who were qualified, who were at the right phase of their business, who my product could help, I then turned around and sent them the Google Doc that they had verbatim just helped me create. And I said, would you like to buy this? And out of, I think I only sent it to 12 or so people the first time, and we had 10 people come into the first version of our product and made $20,000 off just caring and going deep. Then we took all of that information and reverse engineered a sales funnel. So to this day, our sales funnel converts at 10%. So if you opt in, if you give us our email, you are worth $130 to the business. So it's about taking it slow, caring, and then if your email is worth $130 to the business, I can outspend my competitors on Facebook ads all day, every day, because they're going to be capped at $5 leads, $10 leads. And I can be like, cool story. How about $50 leads? And I can spend that all day, every day, because we took the year and a half to go really deep and reverse engineer from the point of sale backwards, not starting with audience growth, but starting with that point of sale.
That is amazing. That's how to build a product. That is like music to my ears. I love hearing an expert share that. You know, that is like, my gosh, that is how to do it. That is how I built my last product, which was a short writing course. I went and surveyed my audience, and I literally wrote on my office whiteboard everything they told me, you know, verbatim. And then the course was built. Like, that is how to do it. And like you said, like, that's when you give a crap about the people you're serving instead of just making $1 trillion. And like, I got to clap for that.
I got to clap for you too, because like, you're doing it over there. So I'm so glad that you align with that. And I know that there's probably a sigh of relief from you listening, right? Like just the people epiphany and being like, oh my gosh, so you're telling me I don't have to go create this crazy audience? I joke, like, I'm not joking here. We built our company to $500,000 with an email list of less than 2,000 people. It doesn't have to be grow this like crazy big email list and then, sell them something. Start with service. Start with your offer. Start with your sales process. If you nail that, everything else becomes easy.
Yes, I love it. Well, where can people go and follow you, read more content from you, maybe watch some of your Facebook Lives, which I went and followed your page last night. So
yeah. Okay. Well, I'd love to have people over on my Facebook page because I do hang out there most of the time. And that's always where I drop breaking news in terms of Facebook. So it's facebook.com/the-ad-strategist. And I'd love to share with people a blog post because this is the question that we get asked most. The blog post is, here's why your Facebook ads aren't working. Ooh. And you can find that. Let's make a special link for your listeners and we'll do it at theadstrategist.com/write.
Love it. Well, that is awesome. And that will be in our show notes as well. So if you want to click on that link, you can go straight to our show notes. Thank you so much for being here, Amanda, and just sharing so much wisdom. This is like such a great episode. I think I'm going to have to go back and listen to it myself.
Well, thank you so much for having me on.
I hope this episode was useful to you. No matter what stage you're at with Facebook ads, I think there's something that we all can learn from the advice that Amanda Bond shares. So definitely go follow her on Facebook, facebook.com/theadstrategist. And again, you can catch all of the links that she mentioned and the blog that she talks about in our show notes at expresswriters.com/write-podcast. Look for episode 41. It's fall and we're coming fast on end of year projects. If you have a lot of marketing tasks in your queue, my agency, Express Writers, can help you out with the content. We have over 90 talented writers that I've handpicked and personally trained in best content standards. Since I started this agency in 2011, we've served over 5,000 clients around the globe, and we've completed almost 15,000 content projects with a 99% success rate. We really care about our customers and the success that they see with content. And that's why we kind of put some strategy behind how we create content for our clients as well. So if you need content, go and check out our prices and our services at expresswriters.com/content-shop. And coupon code WRITEPODCAST, that's one word, will save you 10% on any order. Don't forget to subscribe to the Write Podcast in iTunes. I look forward to seeing you around for the next episode.